Hey, I'm Midshipman 4th Class Novak.
My name is Midshipman 4th Class Bodenstein.
Hi, my name is Midshipman 4th Class Kennan.
Hello, I'm Midshipman 4th Class Thomas.
I am Midshipman 4th Class Clavijo.
Welcome to UF ROTC.
So with ROTC, I was definitely debating in high school whether I wanted to go to a service academy or ROTC. And obviously now I'm here, I chose ROTC, and I definitely made the right decision. It was the best decision I ever made. And my expectations going in were to be challenged, but also to have a lot of fun with it and be able to be, that half and half lifestyle, civilian and midshipman. It's really a cool experience.
For ROTC, I knew that it was going to be mentally challenging and also physically challenging. My expectation is that there would be people to support me, which is true. What I wish I knew before my first day was the general orders and just all the knowledge in general. Coming from someone who has not been in ROTC or JROTC in general, I lacked that experience, so I really needed those extra few months to study.
I had extremely little knowledge of ROTC. I didn't do JROTC, so I kind of came in blind. I had the handbook and I didn't really know what was expected of me. My dad's in the military, so I had some sense of decorum and what you're actually supposed to say to people with the sirs and stuff, but he came more from the Air Force side, so I didn't even know Navy customs and courtesies. So I kind of came in really blind, and I got hit pretty hard by NSO.
I expected to get challenged, and I think that's a healthy expectation to have when you're entering the military, especially as a Marine option. A lot of physical training, yeah. In terms of things I wish I'd known, I'm kind of glad I didn't know much going into it. I believe in the concept of going into this kind of experience as a blank slate. So that's, putting your faith in the institution to mold you into who you need to become. So my idea was I don't think I would have wanted to know anything. I think I would just wanted to be a little more willing to learn. The good thing here is that they humble you, and I think that's one of the most important things you can be going into the experience is being humble, knowing what you're capable of, but knowing what you could become later and trusting the people around you to get you there.
Time management is extremely, extremely important, especially in college and while doing ROTC. Your life isn't structured for you like it was in high school with going to school and sports practice and having your parents at home keep you in line. You are solely responsible for yourself, and the actual classes and meetings and times of day where you have to be somewhere are very few. So it's up to you to decide for yourself, how much time you're going to dedicate studying, how much time you're going to dedicate working out and going out with friends. It's just all critical on your time management skills. So I'd really find them down now while you can.
All right, how important is time management for college on ROTC, and how do you manage your time?
Time management is extremely important for Navy ROTC in general, especially at UF, because it is such a highly esteemed university in Florida and in the country. So it's extremely important that your GPA is high, especially if you're coming in as a college programmer like myself, in order to compete for scholarships. So you need to make sure that you have all of your assignments done on time. The easiest way to lose points without even showing a lack of knowledge on whatever topic or a lack of ability to do this mathematical concept or whatever is just to turn it in late. So for my own work, I make sure it's all done on time, and just making sure that you have slots in your day that you're going to be working on whatever you have to do. For freshmen at UF, we have 2 hours minimum of study hours every week that you have to log in, and so it kind of forces you to sit down and actually do what you're supposed to be doing. And then if you're taking fancier math classes like calculus, then you also have to do another 2 hours.
Yeah, time management. So scheduling, that's a good idea. You should always have your own schedule. You should always write out how your day's gonna go, what you gotta get done. Being part of ROTC puts a lot of strain on your schedule. You have to be on point with not only your classes, but also the extra workload you have within when you're part of here, when you're here, you're in a division. You have tasks get handed down to you by other people in your fire team if you're a Marine option. there's a lot of tasks that get thrown at you, sometimes before school, sometimes, after school. And you gotta be able to plan out how your day's gonna work so you can attack it with maximum efficiency. That's what you want here, efficiency. So keep a schedule.
I manage my time by writing down on a calendar of what I need to do each week and setting reminders for myself to hold myself accountable, and then just setting some time for myself as well, just to not get myself overstressed. But yeah.
Time management is very important. There's going to be a lot of things due regarding ROTC and then school, and then if you work or are in internship, you'll need what I use is a planner, so that way I can map out my day and understand, what I have time for, when I can eat, when I can study, how long I have until my next exam, and I can appropriately manage when to study for those things.
Who did? I don't think so at all. I did some sort of NROTC program in high school. It wasn't a normal standard one, but I definitely did have a little bit of experience before coming in. But I don't think it really applied too much. I did know a little bit of the general orders and some of the uniform expectations, but overall, when you come here as a fourth class, it's a learning experience, and you are just a sponge. You want to soak in all the information you can and use each other and to build each other up.
Slightly. So this is my experience. I didn't do JROTC, and I was only offered Air Force JROTC, so it probably wouldn't have helped that much anyway. But the first week during NSO, there's going to be a lot of knowledge questions like, who is the CNO of the Navy, which is something that I didn't understand at all. I had no prior knowledge of what any of that kind of questioning would be. And so people that have like that prior experience, especially coming from NSI, are going to have a lot of easier time answering those questions, and they might avoid some extra attention. But I don't think it actually matters too much, and I think the majority of the people in the unit didn't do JROTC.
No, you won't and you will. That's the fun part. So you will slightly knowledge-wise, and on drill. Drill, it's less important because they catch you up here real quick. Drill isn't the most complicated thing in the world. You just gotta know how to be able to take orders. Besides that, it all comes down to yourself and how physically prepared you are. So, are you able to outrun JROTC people? Are you able to outlift JROTC people? I guarantee you there's nothing magical at JROTC when it comes to physical training, all right? So you can easily get them on that part. As for knowledge, if you're willing to put in the work, put in the hours, you'll be able to pass them real quick on that too.
How to prepare for NSO. A lot of running is important, calisthenics, and just getting yourself in shape in general. And then also studying up on Navy ranks and Navy knowledge in general, such as who is the Chief of Naval Operations. Stuff like that's very important to know, and it gives you a little bit of a upper hand when you go.
And then can you explain what NSO is?
NSO is about a week of just a bunch of different things that you're going to see in the unit, such as physical or PT, physical training, drill, which we march, and then classroom stuff, and then we usually go out and visit some type of naval installation to see firsthand what the Navy is all about.
Prepare for it.
NSO is your first week here at college and here at the unit. So you're gonna come in a week before classes actually start and before a lot of people move into campus. So it's pretty cool, just getting your first experience here in Gainesville, but also you're going to be struggling and probably challenged a lot. You have very early mornings, very late nights with fire watch and PT, and you are, just a heads up, you're gonna have to eat MREs, which are these little, you'll see what they are. They're really tasty. You're gonna enjoy them. But at the same time, you're learning a lot and you're getting to know your other midshipmen. And it does seem stressful and challenging in the time being, but I look back and I actually think it was a lot of fun, and I'm definitely glad that I did go through it to prepare me.
So NSO stands for New Student Orientation. For us, it was about 4 days, Monday through Thursday. and it was very intensive, like in terms of time. So we had to get up and be there around like 5:30ish, and we didn't get home until around maybe 7 or 8. And we were introduced to new things, at least for me. Like, we had a lot of presentations on different things about ROTC. We even got to go tour ships and planes. And also we learned things about like hazing, and then SAPR, which stands for Sexual Assault Prevention.
What is NSO?
So the best thing to do to prepare for NSO is just to make sure that you're physically ready. You should make sure that if you're Marine option, your PFT, or if you're Navy option, your PRT scores are going to be high. So you should know that coming from the scholarship route. And you got to make sure, so this is something I didn't do that I really wish I did, is to make sure that you know the knowledge in the back of the handbook. Like, it can seem kind of stupid without any prior knowledge of how it's important, but you should know like who the CNO is, like I said earlier, or you should know, just go through it, learn your general orders, learn the JJ did I buckle. If you know that stuff, you're gonna have an easier time.
And then explain what is NSO.
NSO is New Student Orientation. It's like a couple of days of getting a little toughed up by everyone. You're gonna meet all of the staff, and you're gonna meet some of the midshipmen, and they're not gonna be super friendly to you at the start, but you're gonna start developing the relationships with people, learn how NROTC works, and learn basically the basics that will get you through the rest of the semester.
Yeah, NSO is New Student Orientation. Now, as for preparing for it, physical training, that's gonna be the biggest thing that's gonna bite you in the butt, because when you go to NSO, you're expected to have a really, really high-paced schedule, going from event to event. Your sleep is gonna be pretty minimal. Your food intake is gonna be also on the more minimal end. It's gonna be about 3 MREs a day, if you're lucky. So generally, be physically prepared, be prepared to do the work, and most importantly, stay humble, be ready to do the work. It matters.
Don't stay inside. Go out and find friends, go join a club, go get yourself involved. Just go find something to do fun, because sitting in your room just makes you stressed out and miserable, and it just leads for a bad time and a bad experience, or a college experience overall.
So there's this quote that I've been using ever since 10th grade: prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. Do as best as you can to prepare for everything that you're going to face, but also know that it's not going to be as bad as you think it is.
What would it be?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this as a freshman, so I can only imagine how it is for, older upperclassmen, but don't let the time go by too fast. College, time goes by so fast, and there's so many little moments you have to enjoy. Just stop and look around and live in the moment. It goes by just so fast. So that's the best advice I can give.
Yeah, so I'm gonna harp back on my earlier point of time management, knowing what you gotta get done and how to attack your day with efficiency. You don't realize it until you get to college just how much of a time gap you have between events in your daily life, and how much time you're bleeding, trying to get from point A to point Z. So knowing how to get your work done as quickly as possible so that you have time, most importantly, for yourself, okay? You don't wanna be just slogged down by work constantly. So finding the time of the day for yourself is key for your own, mental health, but also for pretty much the people around you, being able to build bonds, be able to go out, enjoy your life, ROTC isn't supposed to consume your life, it's supposed to augment it. So know how to manage your time and find what works
For
for
the
you.
incoming fourth class, you're just like any other college freshman. And so I think it's extremely important that you pay attention to your work, and you make sure your academics are strong and your physical fitness is strong. It can be really easy to let one override the other, to be, man, I can't go to the gym today, I can't go for a run because I have this assignment due. And usually it's like a huge project, or to be so focused on like lifting weights or something that you just disregard your classwork. So it's always extremely important to find a balance in that, like all things in life. And something I need to improve on more myself. And coming in to be an adult for the first time as a freshman, you really got to find those kind of balances in your life.